Hi, I'm Mike from 3 Brick Friends. Have I got a treat for you today? Welcome to update 2 of our Haunted Fairground. In this episode I'm going to be showing you our awesome Lego skeleton army. We're also going to be looking at the seating design that we're going to put them in for the audience, and we're also going to be opening a parcel which is pieces for a future update. If you haven't seen update 1, I'll leave a link down below and also a card for mobile users. It's probably better you watch that one first, just so you get the flow of it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. That's a great way of getting these weekly updates in the right order. So as I said in update 1, the audience is predominantly skeletons. There's going to be a couple of families spread around the place looking really scared because they've gone into the wrong place. But it's going to be predominantly skeletons. I wasn't sure how many skeletons, so over the last 6 months I've just been buying them up where I could. I started off buying them as whole skeletons from a German eBay seller who was selling them at a great price if you bought 10 or 20 quantities, and obviously I was buying multiples of 10s and 20s. After that I worked out that I could actually buy the pieces from different bricklink sellers and make it for a lot less than that, in fact half that price, by buying from European bricklink sellers and UK bricklink sellers. So I bought the legs separately, the arms separately, the torso separately, from the cheapest people I could. And I got the Lego skeleton heads from Lego Shop at Home, who had the best price. They were 14p, I think 13p, plus you can get whatever points and freebie they give away that month. So that's how I've built up this army. I have quite a few extras. I'll show you the army before I lay it out. This is all of our skeletons so far. I have a lot of extra pieces. Their heads and torsos and arms with the missing legs, and there's a lot of heads in there and some spare arms basically. But what I'm short on is a few legs. But I made the decision not to buy any more legs to complete those skeletons until I'd worked out the size of the audience, because I think I probably got too many anyway. So I'm going to go away and we're going to lay them all out on base plates, and you can see them like a big clone army sort of style. It's very exciting for me to see finally, after bagging them up for the last 6 months. So let's go into the skeleton army section. Okay, as I said, we've been building up this collection over the last 6 months, possibly more. There's over 380 complete skeletons here. We have other skeletons spread around the place in various different creations we've built, which we probably won't take out. But I don't think we need them. I think we've got more than enough of the audience for the big top. As I said earlier, I have spares and I need legs for, so I can build some more if I need to. But this is predominantly the audience for the big top. Sorted, done and dusted. As you can also see, we have a variety of heads and also a variety of arms and torsos, but only a couple of those. But the heads are very different. When we start putting them into the stadium seating, into the big top seating, we will work out whether it should be just plain skeleton heads or whether we should go down the route of all these other types of heads. I know there's a couple of vampire heads in there which probably don't sit very well with what we're doing, so they may well come out. But I just wanted to get a lot of variety. There's also a good number of skeleton horses, which is awesome. They will be used for something. I suspect not in the big top, but they will be used somewhere else around the Haunted Fairground, or at least my version of the Haunted Fairground that goes to the Swindon show in October. Just for a little bit of extra ambience, I've added some bones scattered around just to make it look a little bit more scary. Okay, so as I said at the beginning, I have a parcel to open. I've been sitting on this parcel for ages. It could have anything in it for all I know. It was a while ago I ordered it. I don't know why I haven't opened it yet. I guess I was saving it for this moment. But first of all, I'm going to show you base plates. Got 6 of them. That's the size that we're going to plan to build this big top at. 6 brand new base plates in tan. They will hopefully not be too structurally attached to the walls of the tent, because obviously it has to be collapsed to put in suitcases to take to Philly Brickfest. But that's going to be the layout for it. That's going to be the base, effectively. So let's take you over to the footage I shot of me opening the parcel earlier today. So this is a bricklink order. As I said, I've had it for a few weeks now. It's come all the way from Ireland, which to be honest isn't that far for me, but it is international post. So let's get it open and I'll show you some of the pieces that I'm thinking about using on the roof, primarily of the big top, the circus big top. I'm not sure how to get into it, but I'm guessing just rip. The question is how you get into a Weetabix box. Anyone know? I suspect through the door. Probably not the safest way to do it, but I'm sure no harm has come to the Lego. Okay, let's put it on out. Oh, okay. Right, so we'll spread that out a little bit. That guy, he's not that interesting to us today. Right, so these are grey and red. So it's dark grey and dark red. As I previously said, the tent would have been in its heyday white and red. As it's all old and battered, it's now going to be dark grey and dark red. The primary way I'm going to create the sunken feeling of the roof, the tarpaulin roof, is using hinge pieces, which are in here. No, they're not joined, which is going to give me a job. There's one final top and a bottom. So that's a normal brick hinge. They've been around for a long, long time. So I've got, as you can see, a whole bag of them here. So that will create the sag in the roof. I hope. I have some 1x2 standard slopes, and hopefully maybe not. I thought I had inverted slopes, but I don't. So that will allow me to create cuts and tears through the material of the roof. In addition to that, we have these pieces, which are 1x2 bricks, which have the axle hole for the Technic axles to go into. We've got a load of them in red, but we have a lot more in dark grey. That's a bag there, and that's a bag there. Can't remember the quantities, but that's quite a lot. Where are we? So in grey, that's the hinges for grey. They're 1x1 bricks. They're 1x3 bricks, and they're 1x4 bricks in dark grey. We also have these two bags, which was a bit of a punt. That's a slightly different angle to the slope. So theoretically I can create slightly different tears that don't look so uniform because I'm using different slopes. So if you try and back them against each other, I don't know if you can see that, you create a smaller tear. And then you can have your 1x2 inverted and normal 1x2 slopes to create a different angle tear. These pieces, I'm not sure about, they're flags. I was thinking they could hang down around the trim of the top of the roof that connects the walls all the way around, just to give it some sort of flair. We might well need stickers on them though to make it look like they're ripped and damaged and frayed. So that is that. That's the parcel. That's the kind of stuff that we're going to be using for this big top roof area. Obviously nowhere near enough bricks here, nowhere near enough quantity of the 1x4s and the 1x3s which will create the size of it. It's certainly not enough quantity of the dark red, but it's a start and it's a way to move forward with the prototyping of the roof. Okay, so let's talk about the seat design for the audience. This is just a preliminary idea of what I'm planning to do. I think it works quite nicely though. I will give you some close-ups to let you see what it is. But basically, rows and rows of seating just slightly gradiented up from each other. I don't know how this structure underneath is going to work, I've just put them there as a pillar. What I've done to attach is I've put a couple of modified plates, so his skeleton's foot is actually attached to the seat, which means it's not a nightmare to control, because if the skeleton obviously has no way of connecting otherwise, there's no studs on his backside or anything like that. So if I wanted to keep them loose, then maybe I could create a slightly better, more realistic slumping skeleton, and I might do that with some of them, but it's just a massive risk to have that number of skeletons in an event, in a Lego show, where people are brushing past it. And I know the American shows have barriers up, but the British shows don't. The British shows, the one I go to, the Great Western Brick Show, has no barrier up, so people can get very close to the model. So it's important that if it gets knocked, 300 odd skeletons don't fall over. That would be an absolute nightmare. So what I've done is put a little clip in. I'm going to use white. I've only got a couple of whites, so that it looks like part of the skeleton. But the nice thing about this structure is you can sort of push them forward and twist them a little bit, so it looks like he's falling over. Because obviously a skeleton wouldn't be sitting upright watching the show. The skeleton would be doing what it wants to do. It would be falling in its slump. So that is the plan for that, and then the railing will go around the front, and this will go around all sides of the big top. So that's that design. I think I'm going to stick with that. The nice thing about this is it's using the mixel joint pieces, which, to be honest with you, I have a lot of. So it shouldn't cost too much to build these stadium seating, which obviously is a consideration sometimes when you have 300 plus seats to build. What you want to do is use pieces you have quite a lot of, as opposed to going out and buying a brand new thing just for the sake of design. But I think it works quite nicely, and I've used a double cheese slope to try and follow the lines of the skeleton. Obviously where the audience will be normal minifigs, where the couple of families scattered around will be minifigs, I can replace them with plates, dark tan plates, and the minifigs will be able to sit down nicely and also be stuck to their chairs. So I'm quite pleased with that design. As I said, not sure about the structure underneath yet. I wanted to create a flat thing so that I could flat pack them effectively in the case. But we'll see. This is all planning, because the important thing about this is it's got to go in a suitcase through Heathrow, all the way to New York, all the way down to Philadelphia, and then actually be intact enough to show at a Lego show. So it needs to be robust, but it also needs to be small enough, thin enough, all these sections, to be able to pack them in, and hopefully at the other end not mean I have to spend 2 days rebuilding. Okay, next week is going to be primarily looking at the structure of the big top. It's going to look like we've made a lot of progress. It's going to look great because we're going to show you the actual size and everything like that. There will also be other little bits added into the update depending on what we discover over the next week. So thank you very much for watching this update. Please subscribe to follow the whole series of updates throughout the year, all the way to Philly, and then past Philly onto the Great Western Brick Show in October. Obviously our channel has a lot more content on it. We're still doing the Disney Princess, the Friends, all that kind of stuff, and in the summer we're going to be making a really, really awesome Death Star Star Wars mock. So please hit that subscribe button and share this video on social media, share it with your friends. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to explain anything more, obviously, when I'm doing these videos. But for now, let's say goodbye. Thanks a lot.